Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the Westfield, Washington Township Board of Zoning Appeals for Tuesday, September 13th. And first thing we need to do is note the presence of a quorum. Staff?
Ms. Fortier?
Yes.
Mr. Hatfield?
Here.
Mr. Schmitz?
Here.
Mr. McCarty?
Here.
Mr. Buller?
Here.
We have a quorum.
Well done. And next item for consideration is approval of the minutes from the August 9th, 2022 meeting. We've each had the opportunity to review those minutes. Are there any comments, questions, anything to discuss? If not, I'll entertain a motion.
I'll make a motion to approve the minutes from last month.
Second.
Moved and seconded to approve the minutes of August 9th, 2022. All those in favor, voice vote indicate by saying aye.
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 Opposed, same sign. Motion carries. And staff, would you please review the rules and procedures for tonight's meeting?
As for all petitions, tonight's meeting has the following structure. The department will summarize the petition and describe what action, if any, is necessary to be taken. Then the petitioner will be given up to 15 minutes to present to the board. The president will open a public hearing. Individuals will be given 3 minutes to speak. Those representing a group will be given 5 minutes to speak. Only one member of the group will be given 5 minutes to speak. And for efficiency purposes, we ask that those representing a group speak first. The public hearing will be closed when all interested members of the audience have had a chance to be heard and all emails received during the meeting have been provided to board members. The petitioner will then have a chance to respond to comments, and the board will follow with any comments, questions, or concerns regarding the petition. Please do not disrupt the proceedings in any way. If you need to have a private discussion, we ask that you please quietly exit the room. Please silence your devices at this time. If you must answer them, then please quietly exit the room. If you are attending in person and wish to speak in regards to a petition scheduled for a public hearing, then please approach the podium and write your name on an address on the sign-in sheet. Once the public hearing is opened by the president, you will be able to have your comments. I don't see any members of the general public here this evening. If you are not attending in person, comments regarding petitions should be emailed to planners@westfield.in.gov with the petition name or number included in the subject line. Those comments will be forwarded to board members and the petitioner. During your comments, please state your name and address into the microphone for the record, and we ask that you not repeat previously stated comments. Your presentation will be timed and you'll be advised when there's approximately 30 seconds remaining. We would like to remind everyone to please speak directly into the microphone so your comments can be put onto the record. Thank you.
Thank you. First item for our consideration tonight is 2209 VS 27, 1365 Burgess Hill Pass. Michael and Valerie Sullivan seeking a variance of development standard to encroach 15 feet into a 30-foot minimum rear yard setback to accommodate a swimming pool and deck in an SF3 district. And that comes back to you, Dane.
Yep. Good evening, members of the board. For the record, Dane Crabtree with the Community Development Department. The item before you this evening is a proposed variance of development standard for 1365 Burgess Hill Pass, a 0.3-acre parcel in the Derby Ridge subdivision. The request is to encroach 15 feet into the 30-foot minimum rear yard setback so a swimming pool and deck may be built. As you can see by the site plan, the decking is proposed to encroach 2 feet into the drainage easement at the rear of the property. This has been reviewed and approved by the City Public Works Department. This item has been publicly noticed and advertised. The department has received 2 public comments, both in favor of the petition. These comments were provided to you earlier this evening. The petitioner, Michael Sullivan, is present this evening. He does not plan to make a presentation, but is available if you have questions. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. In the absence of a presentation, I'll go ahead and open a public hearing at 7:04. I'll let you have a minute or so to see if we have any electronic communication. And board members, we do have the 2 letters in support that have been provided to us. Anything coming in, Dane?
We have no electronic communication.
Thank you. I'll go ahead and close the public hearing at 7:05. And Michael, if you'll step up for a second, just state your name and address for the public record and just have a question or two.
Do I have to hold it the whole time? No. Okay, okay. Michael Sullivan, 1365 Burgess Hill Pass, Westfield, Indiana.
Great, thank you. I wanted to ask, or just confirm rather, that in the staff report, the staff has 2 recommended conditions. The more significant one is the first, that the property be developed in substantial compliance with the site plan. So I just wanted to bring that to your attention so that you know if anything changes in your plans, then you need to get back in touch with staff because this approval will be based on that plan. Just want
Absolutely.
to make sure you understood that.
Yes, sir.
Okay, thanks. Any other questions for the petitioner or staff?
Just that it looks beautiful, so I'll go ahead and make a motion to approve 2209-VS-27 1365 Burgess Hill Pass with the 2 recommended conditions: that the property be developed in substantial compliance with the site plan, see Exhibit 3, and that the petitioner shall record acknowledgement of this approval with the county recorder's office and return a copy of the recorded instrument to the Economic and Community Development Department.
I'll second that.
Motion by Mr. McCarty, seconded by Mr. Bowler, to approve 2209 VS 27, subject to the 2 recommended conditions in the staff report. Roll call vote, please.
Mr. Hatfield,
Yes.
Mr. Bowler,
Yes.
Mr. Schmitz,
Yes.
Mr. McCarty,
Yes.
Fortier,
Yes.
motion carries.
Thank you, and I'll make a motion to adopt staff's findings of fact for the approval of 2209 VS 27.
Second.
Motion by myself, seconded by Ms. Fortier, to adopt staff's findings of fact for the approval of this petition. Voice vote indicate by saying aye.
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 Opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Thanks very much, been approved.
Thank you so much. Greatly appreciate it.
When are they gonna break ground?
Hopefully in a couple days.
Next item on the agenda is 2209 VS 28, 18272 Lakes End Drive. Lauren Waldrops seeking a variance development standard to encroach 10 feet into a 25-foot minimum rear yard setback in the Andover PUD, once again to accommodate a swimming pool and deck. And that one is Lauren.
Thank you, Mr. President. For the record, Lauren Gillingham with the Community Development Department. It's my first time in front of the BZA, so good to see you guys. This property is located at 18272 Lakes End Drive. That is within the Lakes at Grassy Branch subdivision and within the Andover PUD. So this petitioner requests a variance of development standard to encroach 10 feet into that 25-foot rear yard setback. This item does require a public hearing tonight and has been properly noticed and advertised. We've received no public comments. Petitioner is here tonight. She was not planning on presenting, but we were both available for any questions.
Great, thank you. I will, in the absence, once again, of a presentation, I will go ahead and open the public hearing at 7:09. And we'll give it a moment to see if any electronic communication comes in. Nada. I I'll go ahead and close the public hearing at 7:10. Lauren, if you'll step up and just state your name and address for the record.
I'm Lauren Waldrop, and our address is 18272 Lakes End Drive, Westfield, Indiana.
Great, thank you. Like the last petitioner, I just wanted to point out a couple things to you. The staff report had some recommended conditions for us should we approve the variance. And the first of those is that the property be developed in substantial compliance with Exhibit 3 with the drawing that you just had on the, that was just up on the screen. And the second one is that it only would, the variance would only apply to the improvements proposed with this project. So to the extent you did anything else that got around that setback, you'd have to come back in or address that with staff, because this would only apply to the pool and the, what, pool and deck? Yeah. So just want to make sure you understood that.
Understand.
Okay. Anything else from the board? Any questions for the petitioner or staff?
What's the little 9x9
It's a spa, hot tub.
hot tub?
Yep.
Okay.
Okay.
My drawing isn't as fancy as the other guy. I think my pool guy did this in his truck. We did.
Any questions? I will entertain a motion.
I will make a motion to approve 2209 VS 28 at 18272 Lakes End Drive with 3 recommended conditions, that the property be developed in substantial compliance with Exhibit 3, that the design standards variance shall apply only to the improvements shown in Exhibit 3, and that the future improvements conform to all applicable setbacks. And lastly, that the petitioner shall record an acknowledgement of this approval with the county recorder's office and return a copy of the recorded instrument to the Economic and Community Development Department.
Second.
Motion by Janine, seconded by Victor, to approve 2209 VS 28, subject to the 3 recommended conditions in the staff report. Roll call vote, please.
Mr. Bowler?
Yes.
Mr. Schmitz?
Yes.
Mr. McCarty?
Yes.
Ms. Fortier?
Yes.
Mr. Hatfield?
Yes.
Motion carries.
Thank you, and I'll make a motion to adopt staff's findings of fact for the approval of 2209 VS 28.
I'll second.
Motion by myself, seconded by Mr. Bowler, to adopt staff's findings of fact for the approval of this petition. All those in favor, voice vote indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Thanks, been approved.
Thank you for being here.
That concludes our 2 items on our agenda tonight. So reports and comments, Plan Commission Liaison, Victor.
Make this quick. Met last Tuesday, and we approved amended rules of procedures that establishes the plat committee. On our consent agenda, we had the guidepost Montessori daycare on Spring Mill. Little conversation about that, just because the neighbors not being aware of the project and how consent agenda works and so forth. Then also on the consent agenda was the Market District on Tournament Trail that's coming to Wheeler Landing. And then items of business, I-Beach 31 was back, but they were continued. UDO amendment for landscape bonds, that passed. Austrian Pine PUD amendment for the Ortho Indy expansion, that passed, and, well, was given a favorable recommendation and passed last night at City Council. And then UDO amendment for floodplain. That will be at our next meeting. So that's it. Oh, yeah.
Thank you. Community Development Department.
We got nothing, but this is the first appearance of Lauren Gillingham to the BZA, so she's our new lead that comes from Brownsburg. So, you may have seen her at council meetings or plan commission meetings, but this is her first BZA appearance. So, fantastic. That's it.
Great.
This is the hard one.
We look like,
This, I mean, we will chew you up
I
and
was,
spit you out.
I was telling her there definitely are some cases that are more trying than those. Like the.
This was a good day.
Yeah, this was like the easiest day I've ever seen.
do,
I think the record is 7:09.
Still have to make a motion to get out of here.
Yeah, I will entertain a motion
Oh,
to
yeah.
adjourn. Someone.
I make a motion to adjourn.
I'll second that.
Motion and seconded to adjourn. All those in favor of that motion indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. We are adjourned 7:15. 7:16, really.
It says 7:15, it said 7:15 up there.